Hey guys, it's Bruce. Yeah, Be Cool Radio's over here in Seattle. Spring's in the air. Oh, I'm feeling it. Makes me want to go out and play and not talk on my radios, right? Hey, but today, yeah, we're gonna do the as-found condition on this Navaho TRC-457. You can see I haven't worked on this radio. It's not filthy, but it's not, you know, up to the Bruce standards, right? But I'll tell you guys, I wish I had 100 of these radios, because A, they got that D858 PLL chip, and you know how I feel about them. I love them. They're kind of a compact radio, dual meter, kind of got that military look. They got some nice chrome on there, right? But the deal is, these were made back in 1978, 77. And they only really made these radios for two and a half years. I think they sold them for a little long because they had so many of them. But yeah, these radios were not manufactured for very long before the FCC came down and clamped down on them. And the real trick is, it's so hard to find them without the paint being chipped or showing its age. Because what happens, you see, this is not really a chrome and black radio. It's kind of this one's kind of a gray, and I've seen some of them with a little bit more gray blue. But that paint does tend to oxidize and show its age if not kept right. So yeah, if I could get 100 of these radios, that'd be sweet. So what do we got though? You see, it's got this big old sticker on there. Warning. Well, I guess so. But I think that's gonna clean up okay. Get some alcohol in there. You know, Be Cool Radios, we like to just rip the face off, get these down to the sheet metal, get these guys tuned up. So we're going to show you this radio as it is today. Now, take a look at the board. This is as-found condition. So this radio is actually pretty clean. And it's got that golden sheen color we all like. At least I do. And what can I tell you? Looking down here, I see that resistor's missing. So I'm going to assume the clarifier has been modded already. I haven't looked at the bottom. Maybe it's got extra channels, I don't know. But it's got the D858 PLL chip in it, and we all like that, right? Okay, let's see if we can pull this off. I also notice the clock seems to be a little funky. Maybe there's a digit missing out of that. And you know what I do? I like to put those frequency counters in here. Damn, that's a small little window in these Navajos. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the trick I do, but I gotta build this little miniature daughter board. And yeah, take one of these Amazon frequency counters, but because that's not gonna fit in that window, I gotta wire it up with all these wires and make myself a own little daughter board and use these smaller 0.36 inch, and they'll fit in there just fine. Okay, so let's get the road on the show here. I also see this 40 channel light, and I don't know if it shows up on video, but that's kind of dim there, and the meter lights are out. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to put the clarifier right here at 12 o'clock. Alright, make sure the squelch is turned down, RF gain is up. Let's get some volume in here. Yeah, I hear some audio. Okay, let's get that SIGGEN turned up. Alright, we're going to put full scale at 100 microvolts. 100 microvolts should give us 9 S units on this radio. Alright, Switch her over to channel 40. And what do we got there? It's kind of hard to see, but let's see if I can get some light in there, maybe illuminate things a little bit. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's working okay. It's got almost 9. I'd call that an 8. How about you? Alright, but we got to turn down this gain and see how well this radio does. Because, this radio is 45 years old, so we're going to see what happens. Alright. I can tell it's not really sounding very good. Got a lot of hiss in that audio. So there's full scale 3 microvolts. And it's down to 1. So when I go down to this bottom scale, yeah, that's almost gone at full scale here. Alright, let's turn this down a bit. 0.7. 0.7. I'm going to say that's gone. Yeah, I can hear something, but I hear more static than anything. So, hey, these guys are spec'd at about 0.25 out of their manual. Right now it's 0.7. We'll get her down to 0.2 or below, though, I'm sure, with a good tune-up. Because these radios, they're awesome. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. How about some AMTX? You can kind of see over here we do have a nice signal off the PLL chip. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So let's see what happens when we key this guy up. We set to AM, okay. Alright. Looked like a little low, but nothing crazy. Let's get some audio out of here. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. That's not the best sounding audio, but it could be this old microphone. It's also 45 years old too. Okay, let's move on though. Let's try some sideband. Alright, there's lower sideband. Let's try a little lower sideband over here. Got my test radio over here. I'll switched it over to lower sideband. We should hear that audio. Now this radio I don't believe is locked, but at 12 o'clock we'll see how it works. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Nothing terrible, right? I can kind of hear myself. Let's go on to this other mode here. 1 2 3 1 2. Yeah, that's not too bad. So you can hear the clarifier is locked, and we should be able to hear that 0 beat. Well, what do you know? So whoever worked on this, even though the AM transmit is off a little bit, sounds like the sideband is at least 0 beating straight up 12 o'clock. Alright, so far not really bad, just a good tune-up. It's going to be in store. We're going to replace some capacitors in this guy, put a frequency counter in this clock, get everything shining the way it should be. Yeah, we'll strip this guy all the way down to the sheet metal. So that's what we do at Be Cool Radios. We take the knobs off. Alright. Enjoy the videos, I hope. 73's Bruce.